Okay, real talk. Have you ever left the salon absolutely loving your haircut only to feel like 2 weeks later it just falls flat? No volume, no shape, no magic. Guess what? You're not crazy. And it's not just your hair growing. There's actually a reason why that happens. And today I'm going to give you the 3 things that you can do to make your haircut look amazing way longer than you thought possible. So let me tell you a quick story. We had this guest call, we'll call her Sarah. And she came in, got this gorgeous layered cut full of bounce and movement, and she actually left glowing. But about 3 weeks later, she called and said, "Hey, is it normal for my haircut to not look the same anymore?" And that question is actually way more common than you think. So we sat down and we talked, and what I shared with her completely shifted how she cared for her cut. And now she walks in 8 weeks later, still looking like she just stepped out of the salon. So I'm going to share the exact tips that we gave her right now. So not all haircuts are built to last the same amount of time. Pixies, for example, they grow out fast and need shape ups every 4 weeks. Long layers, they hold longer but lose movement. So they need a shaping every 8 weeks. And once you go longer than 12 weeks, you can actually create more split ends for yourself. So if you've been trying to grow your hair and avoiding a haircut, just trimming the ends actually will make it grow. So the key is knowing. So when is the perfect moment to come back before it gets blah? That's why we actually build this timeline with you when you're in our salon so that you're not left guessing. And this one's big. Like if you're flat ironing or curling your layers daily or brushing out all the volume out by accident, you could be and you might be undoing what we created. So ask yourself, am I styling my hair the way it was cut to move? You see, we design your haircut with certain techniques to flip, curve, or lift. And if you've ever said it never looks the same at home, this is why. So we're going to call it the Hold It Together Trio. Most people use shampoo, conditioner, and that's it. But every great haircut needs a few friends to hold it together, literally. We always recommend what we call the Hold It Together Trio. It's a prep product, it's a styling product, and a finish product. So, for example, a prep product, we don't have one. One of our favorites would be in the Color Fanatic and the Purology. A styling product like a mousse. This is one of our favorites, the Densifique. You can put this in wet hair or dry hair. And then we mentioned, a volume or a finishing product, the VIP powder. So we custom recommend these. So if your hair feels amazing in the salon but not at home, one of these could possibly be the missing link. And like I said, we custom recommend these based on your hair type, your cut, and your routine. So no guessing, no pressure, just solutions that work. So here's the deal. You've invested in a great haircut, so let's make sure it stays great. We're here to partner with you so you don't just get a cut, you get confidence every single day. So here's some hot at home tips to keep your haircut looking fresh. All right, so I want to give you some of these hot tips that you can start doing today. And these are super simple, but they make a huge difference. So the first one could be flip your part every few days. Yep, just changing your part creates lift, breaks up old patterns, and keeps your style from falling flat. Try flipping the opposite of where you usually wear it, especially if you're trying to stretch a blowout. So for me, sometimes I can just flip this over just a little bit more. And it's amazing. Look, I actually got more volume. So, and you can actually go the other side too. So we can flip it this side. So there actually is power in, trying different parts in different ways to keep the volume. Number 2 is actually use a dry shampoo at night, not in the morning. Most people spray a dry shampoo in the morning, but the magic happens overnight. So spray it before bed, spray it, let it absorb while you sleep and wake up with the volume in the clean roots. Now, another thing you can do is sleep on we do have these lovely kitsch pillowcases. So sleep on a silk pillowcase. This helps actually reduce friction, which means less frizz, fewer tangles, and your style lasts longer. Cotton, you guys, is the enemy of smooth hair. Another thing people sometimes will like to do, you look really cute in bed, but is our adjustable oversized satin bonnet. So this is also a great way to keep that haircut lasting longer. Another hot tip is to learn the lazy girl refresh. So this is not a full wash, not a full style. You can just mist your hair with water, even a little spray and leave-in conditioners. Again, I mentioned the Color Fanatic. You can hit it on the ends and the crowns, and then actually add a little heat to it. And those hot tools will help bring the shape back without redoing everything. And that works great with pairing the dry shampoo the night before. Another hot tip is to keep a mini styling kit in your bathroom. Like think dry shampoo, a texture spray, heat protectant, and a round brush. It's your salon in a drawer when you don't have time to do it all. So remember, your haircut was designed to move, to hold shape, and to fit you. You don't need to be a pro stylist at home, just someone who knows a few tricks. So if you want help building your own at-home refresh routine, just ask at your next visit. We'll walk you through it. We'll make sure your hair is working for you every single day, not just day one.